As I was browsing Amazon, like everybody does, these little taillights attracted my attention, so I've ordered them, received them, and now we're going to look at how these little babies go and fit in the place of the original. Not bad taillights for the BMW 5 Series F10, and try to decide if this is an upgrade that you actually want on your vehicle. Previously, I've covered the way that we strip the interior of the BMW F10, so there's no point in redoing that so many times. Links will be available with the steps needed based on what you received in the box, because two elements are connected between themselves and the turn signal is also on both elements. More likely than not, we will need to place some wires from the outer tail lights through this side channel and connect both ones, so it will not be a very fast plug and play. You will need to remove this lining and place some of the wires, but they look quite well made. They look a little bit better and more, let's say, light friendly than the previous type of tail light that I've tested. They have a quite premium feel to it, and let's actually go and install them on the vehicle and see what happens. What was I saying last time? 8mm here, there, and one over there. One little baby is up from the get-go. What I like about this one, it's the grommets. Let me show them to just a little bit of the camera. So for the first time in history, I'm impressed by someone actually delivering the taillights with proper grommets. And although they're made like many products in China, they seem quite good quality. First we disconnect their coupler, we align stuff. By the looks of it, we need to transplant the washers from the other tail light. Time for their little harness. Their little harness goes in the vehicle's harness, and we have these serious resistors that need to be fitted to make sure that we don't have any error messages by the looks of it. From here, we will be feeding this one in and seeing when it's coming up. If that fails, I'm gonna place a wire through here, drop it down, and after that use some masking tape to pull this one up. This one is one of the oldest tricks in the book of people that are retrofitting stuff. We need a longer wire. If at first you don't succeed, try again. Now we have a longer wire, and the process goes like this. You pull it in and it will reach the lower part of where you want to go. You grab your wire with some electrical tape or with some masking tape. You are going to cover this coupler so that it doesn't catch on any element. And if you really want, you could add one more over there, but I'm confident that we will be able to pull it even without. Now pull on the top and feed on this lower bit. Help it out by feeding the wire at the same time as you are pulling it up. And surprise, surprise, we have the wire exactly where we want it. Let's feed it in nicely. And also, let's ensure that here we will have enough slack. But the final cable management, we will do it at the end. The same 8mm. Let's see what we have in the box. By the looks of it, the unit has its own bracket, and we will install it with this. This bit is the tricky bit, because this little edge over there needs to sit in a very specific position on the edge. I'm actually surprised by the fit and finish. Now, something that seems like an afterthought, the sizing of this washer and the plastic holder doesn't really allow you to get in with an 8mm spanner very comfortably. So they could have done it a little bit better. However, let's not complain too much. That little bit seems to be a bit trickier than it should be. So we can say that on the edge, on this little bit, we have clipped it correctly. And after that, we need to check what is happening on this side. To my surprise, on this interior lip, the bracket that came with the taillights is sitting perfectly. We will need to just wiggle it a little bit to center it a little bit better. Let's look at the connection. This one there, and by the looks of it, this one here, this is the connection part. I don't really like how it is sitting, but at the same time I need to tighten up this little nut, which due to the sizing of the bracket itself to be challenging because the socket cannot whip it properly. No. Not really winning with this type of washer over there. I might consider snapping the plastic bits, because if not, I'm not actually able to close the gap and it looks really annoying. Special tip for these ones: you want to sand down this surface so that you will be able to actually use a socket on this washer. So with a file, do the magic. Now let's see. Place the washer in, look at the socket, and we might be winning with regards to the access to the socket. So let's close the tailgate and take a look at what happens when I power it up. And I think we also need the ignition. And let's try some hazards. Not bad. Properly bright. Maybe we have a winner. A much better look than the previous ones, the ones with just the lines. These ones are actually usable. Let's take a look at the tail lights. These are the upgraded ones with the OLEDs and all the fanciness versus the original BMW ones. In the box I have the second set that needs to go over there, but I thought that it's a good idea to have them sitting side by side so that we can have an actual comparison of the two of them. Overall, a much better look and finish by comparison with the other set that I've tested. And strangely enough, the pricing for these ones, which are sourced from Amazon, was almost the same or very competitive with AliExpress. So for some of these things, you're better off going to Amazon. Let's finish the install so that we can test them a little bit more. Practical tip or practical question: what happens if we disconnect these resistors. Are we going to get a TTC? Are we going to get a blown bulb error? Let's find out. Engine has started. Lights are on. This is me from the future. I can confirm that disconnecting those error cancelers, those resistors, has absolutely no impact on the BMW F10. So these tail lights work without having to fit those resistors.